Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the data analytics class using MS Excel, and this is our day 6 and session number 1. So we are very fortunate to be the part of Padma Shri institution because this is one of the few institutions which give training on data analytics, especially for the undergraduate, postgraduate student. Okay, so that way it become very important for all of us to 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 give more respect to our institution and to take the scenario very seriously. So let's with that perspective, let's start the class. You already know how to open MS Excel. Every day I do the same thing. So I'll not do the same today. So you know all the possible navigation through which we can open MS Excel. So once we open MS Excel, it is always instructed that you should always save the file. The first thing you do to open the MS Excel, you have to save the file. The shortcut key to save the file is Alt F8. So I can press Alt F8, and when I press Alt F8, I'll try to save this Excel file. While saving this Excel file, if I want, I can put password also. So if I put password, I'll go to info. Under info, I'll go to protect workbook. Under that, I'll click on encrypt with password. Under that, I'll put encrypt with password. Okay, so I'll put password. Okay, then I press OK. Okay, then again I need to reconfirm the password. So once that is done, okay, once that is done, I can save this. So save as. So I can have a defined location where we want to save this. Okay, so I can click that defined location wherever I want to save this. So maybe I give a name for this demo. Okay, so by default, whenever I save any workbook, it's saved with the type Excel workbook, means it is saving with the property dot called dot XLSX. So it is saving with that property dot XLSX. So I told you many times that if possible, try to save it in 97 2003 workbook format. Okay, that I told you people, you can if possible save in 97 2003 workbook. If you feel that you may require application of macros on that, then it will be instructed that you save it in Excel macro enabled workbook format, and then you can press save and then it will be saved. So once you're done, you have done protection uh, workbook wise. If you want, you can also put additional protection also in the sense you can put additional protection. For that, you need to press Alt F11. If you press Alt F11, you can press Alt F11. Then you go to your workbook. Then you go to your workbook. Under workbook, when you go into the workbook, then at the top you see general. So from general you can put it workbook, and here what you can do, you can write certain set of command which I'll give to you. You can I'll forward in the notepad. So so that I can send to you, and you can simply write it that. So you can simply write this, and so this way if you do. So if you see this, whenever we see a Visual Basic for application, whenever we work on Visual Basic for application, I always remember that it should end with end sub. So if it ending with end sub means everything is fine. Okay, then once you run the program, you can press Alt Q. Okay, and then you can do Control S. If you do Control S, that part would be done. Okay, so to work on more program, you can check date and time. Press Alt 11, F11. Okay, you can check date and time. So for checking date and time, you can write. You can go to any worksheet. Okay, you can go to any worksheet. You can write sub. Give any name to that time, date and time. You can give a name to that date and time. Open bracket, close bracket. Message box, MSG message box date. Okay, MSG message box time. Okay, and then what you can do, you can run this. You can run this. So it will give you the date. It will give you the time. Okay, so that way you can do if you want. You can you can even put the message box. at the time when you open and you close the Excel workbook. So for that, you can go under insert. Under insert, you can write module like sub underscore sub auto underscore open. You can write a message box. So MSGBOX. You can write hi, any message you can write there. Okay, so whenever you open, that message will come. Okay, so you can put the similar message that whenever you close, some message should come. Sub auto underscore close open bracket close bracket MSGBOX undercode thank you. You can put any message. Okay, and then when you close, you'll get this message. You can press 5. Okay, then so that whatever you do program, you can press Control S to save that program. So that is very important. To check the date, you can press Control semicolon. You can get the date. You can press Control Shift semicolon to get the time. Okay, you know this date and time very well. You can use equal to today open bracket close bracket to see the today date also. You can use equal to now open bracket close bracket to see the date and time together here. So if you want to extract the date, if you want to extract the date from this date, the day. So if you want to extract, you can write equal to day, and then you select this close bracket, enter this. With this you'll get the date. If you want to separate month, which month is this, which month is this, you can do that. You can put some dummy date. You want the month, you can do that. If you want the year, you can separate it equal to year. So actually you can separate date, month and year. Like yesterday I taught you how to separate name. So how to separate first name, middle name, last name. So like the same way you can separate date, month and year with the formula day for date to get the day. So month formula for the year formula. So you can use these formulas. Okay, so you can use this formulas. You can use this formula. Your work will be done. You can use this formula. Your work will be done. Fine. So you can use the year. You will get the year of that. Clear, everyone? So you can, so we have discussed about how to separate the name. So for that, first name, middle name, last name, I have discussed with you all. So for that, if you want to see that formula, that again, how to separate first name, middle name, last name, the best way to do is to use the flash fill. You can use the flash fill, or you can use text to column. You can use flash fill. You can use text to column. So or you can use left function, right function, mid function, okay, length function. With that also you can do that. So we have discussed about them. We can restrict that entry also. So whenever I put any entry in the cell, I can restrict that entry, that in this cell only you can put text. So you cannot put anything else. So I can do that also. So we have done that also. We like with any cell. So if I want that, you need to put only text. So I can go to data validation, all DL. Okay, under that we have discussed. Under that, what you can do, you can go to custom. Under custom, you can click. You can write equal to text. You can write equal to text. Okay, and then which cell is there, you can write that cell. Okay, and then you can press OK. So if you press OK, then inside that cell you write character, but if you write a number, it will not accept. So under data validation, under data validation, if you use this custom, and under custom, if you use is text, is number, is even, is odd. So what it will do, it will give you whenever you are using is function, it will give you either answer true, either it will give you the answer false. So under data validation custom, if you are using this function, if your answer is true, then the cell will accept that value. While if your answer is false, the cell will not accept that value. Okay, so we have discussed about them. We have discussed how to get the dates. Once you get one date, how to continue that chain further with +1, -1, +2, like that you can go with the chain. Okay, so we have discussed about them. I taught you how to find the day. So how to find the day, guys? How will I find the day? So which day was 15th August 1947. So how will I find in Excel this? How will I find this in Excel? Anyone? So which day was 15 August 1947? So in MS Excel, what function can I write to find the day? Anyone? Yes, Rajendra, it's already over. Yeah. So I'm doing for you people kind of revision so that you should remember this. Please tell me, Rajendra, which formula in Excel will you use to find which day was 15 August 1947? Day formula will give you the date, Rajendra. It will give you the answer 15. Month formula will give you August. The year formula will give you 1947. So that's the reason why I'm doing revision for you people, because if you do not practice, you'll forget. So the subject is like this. The subject is like that. That every day we need to tell you the same thing again and again. If will not do means then it will not work for you in the long run. It will like the day the training will get over, you will be like, oh, training over, okay, fine. So Reddy sir will ask, what all Amit sir taught? Did he taught you well? Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes. Sir. What he taught? So that will come. So that is more important. So I don't want to teach you too many things. I want to make sure that whatever I teach, you should never forget in your life. So August, July, August, then day was 15. Okay, and the date was DD something. Then I double quote, you get it there. So this is the function, text function. So you can use this text function. So with that, you can remember the date, the day when it happened, anything. So age formula, for age we did date DIF. So date DIF formula you use for the age purpose. So in that date DIF, we use starting date, comma, ending date, comma, double quote Y to find the year, double quote M to find the month, double quote T to find the days. Okay, double quote YM to find how many month after that year, double quote MD to find how many days after that month. So this all we have done. So I hope you all remember this. You will never forget it. So talking about this, how to count the number of column in MS Excel. What is the last column in Excel, guys? What is the last column? What is the last column in Excel? What is the last cell in Excel? Whenever you open worksheet, what is your last cell? The last cell in MS Excel is the last cell in MS Excel is 10,48,576. So the last row in Excel is, this is the last row in Excel. This is the last row in Excel. 10,48,576. The last column in Excel is XFD. The last column in Excel is XFD. XFD is the last column in Excel. The last cell would be XFD 10,48,576. This is the last cell in Excel. This is the last cell in Excel. 10 lakh XFD 10,48,576. To go to any cell, press Control G and write there the cell name. Okay, or you simply do it from there. To go to any cell, XFD 456. So go to any cell, either you can press Control G, go to, you can do that. Okay, and you can reach that cell XFD 10,48,576. Any cell you put, again you want to control home, you press Control Home, you reach the first cell. So remember this thing: Control Home, Control G, Control R, Control H, Control R to replace anything. Okay, to replace anything, Control H, Control R to replace anything. Okay, so Control R, Control F to find anything. Okay, shortcut keys, guys. So what shortcut keys you have to remember? Control A to select everything, Control B to bold, Control C for copy, Control D down, whatever is written top, you want to put it down, Control D, Control E for flash fill. Okay, Control Control G for go to, Control F for find, Control H for replace all, GHI, Control I don't not getting, IJK, Control K for insert hyperlink. Okay, IJKL, Control L for insert table, IJKLM, Control M for I'm not getting, MN, Control N for new, open as many worksheet as you want, MNO, O for open, MNOP, Control P for print, Control Q, I'm not getting, Control Q, Control P, Q, R, Control R for, Control R for right hand side, whatever there left should come on right hand side, PQRS, Control S for save, ST, Control T for table, STU, Control U, I'm not getting, Control U, Control V, Control W for closing, X for cut, Control Y redo, Control Z undo. So shortcuts with control is there, then Control Shift, try Control Shift 1, Control 1, Control 2, Control 1 for format cell, Control 1 for format cell. Whatever you do on the cell, to check what you have done, press Control 1. Try these shortcuts by yourself, Control 1, Control 2, Control 3, Control 4, like that. You learn Control Shift 1, Control Shift 2. You can try that. Okay, Alt Enter, Function Enter. How will you select a column, guys? If I have to select a column, how will I do that? Anyone? To select a column, how can I select a column? Anyone? How will you select a column? What is the shortcut key to select a column? Anyone? What is the shortcut key to hide a column? What is the shortcut key to hide a row? What is the shortcut key to select a row? What is the shortcut key to insert a new column? The shortcut key to select a column is Control Space Bar. The shortcut key to select a row is Shift Space Bar. The shortcut key to hide a column, Control Space Bar followed by Control 0. The shortcut key to hide a row is Shift Space Bar followed by Control 9. The shortcut key to insert any column is control space bar, control shift plus. Please guys practice after the class. Okay, it is very important to Kishore, you said control shift O. Control shift O is for unhide Kishore. Control is not O, it's control 0. So control 0 to hide a column, control 9 to hide a row, Reshma. So please remember guys, please practice. In exam, the good or bad thing about our Indian education system is that tomorrow if you go to any company and they'll ask you, there will be an Excel round. There's a very high scenario, your Excel round will be on paper. Your Excel round will be on paper. So I know that if you'll sit in computer and somebody asks you the shortcut key of hiding a column, I know you can figure it out as control 0 or control 9. But the problem happens in the same exam happens in a paper for our probability there. Because these are very silly things. Okay, so it can happen with everyone, not with you. It can happen with everyone. So they're so close that we can easily miss it out. So please understand the scenario. So keep practicing, keep revising, keep telling the same thing again, so that the reason whenever I start the class, I just tell whatever I told, whatever. So the purpose is that to make sure that you never forget. That is my sole intention. To hide this ribbons, control F1. To unhide the ribbon, control F1. So to create a new tab, you can do under custom rise ribbon. Okay, you can click on new tab, then rename, then you can put new group, and again you can rename and put as much as you want inside that. Okay, so quick access toolbar, tabs, ribbons, okay. Then how will you put the data which is vertical into horizontal? So if some data are written vertical, I want them horizontal. So how can you do that? Some data are there vertical, I want to make them horizontal. How can I do that, guys? Our data are horizontal, I want to make them vertical. How can I do that? Some data are there vertical, you want to make it horizontal. Control shift what, Reshma? Control shift what it will do? Control shift right arrow, down arrow. With that you can select the data, Reshma. With control shift command you can select the data. Shift command will select, control command will do everything. Vertical data, I want to put it horizontal, and then control V. Control V. No guys, to put horizontal data vertical or to make vertical data horizontal, you have to use transpose. Alt ESE, transpose. Select the data. Suppose it written Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Roj ka one day. So Sunday, Monday, then you can select this. So this, if suppose this is your data, select this, copy it. You cannot do cut. Okay, then wherever you want them to be horizontal, go to paste. Under paste, go to paste spatial, click on transpose. So your vertical data will come horizontal, your horizontal data will come vertical. Okay. Fine. So transpose, copy that, go to paste. In the paste, go to paste spatial, click on transpose. Fine. I hope you understood this. Going further, if I ask you what is the function of F4 key, guys? What is the function of F4 key? F4 key. Anyone, what is the function of F4 key in Excel? Anyone, F4 key? What is the function of F4 key, guys? Very powerful function. Close, oh my god. Reshma, to write program, nahi Pavitra. We don't use F4 to write program. Anyone, Bhagwan, what is the function of F4 key? Dollar sign. Yeah, Kishore, dollar sign. What do you do with that dollar? Will it give you dollar? Dollar, dollar. What you will do with that dollar? Why don't you put pound sign or rupee sign? So Ita Krishnamurti, Sailaja, what is the function of F4 key, guys? We can save time. Oh my god. Yo, what is happening here? Close window नहीं था शादो. Close window के लिए Alt F4 कर देता शादो. और F4 सिर्फ नहीं करते. When you have closed शादो. Alt F4 करेगा तो close हो जाएगा. F4 की मैं बोल रहा हूँ. F4 से क्या करोगे आप? I've given you lot of examples, guys, for F4 key. Wait, I'll show you. Alt F4. Okay. Now F4 की किसी को याद नहीं है. No one remember F4 की. Sad यार. F4 key, guys. Where what example can I give you with F4 key? Okay, talking about loan example. Okay, you know how to. You have heard of EMI? Anyone has taken loan from bank to do your MBA? Anyone, have you taken loan from the bank to do MBA? So are you interested to know the calculation of finding EMI? If you go to any, you people in Bangalore, people have a lot of money. So everyone is buying nowadays Kia bike, Kia cars. So suppose Prashant went to buy Kia car, Kia Seltos. Okay, so now Prashant will say, I'll give you this much down payment. Okay, I'll give you this much down payment. Although Prashant have a lot of money, but he don't want to show all the money. So he gave little bit down payment and told, okay, do one thing, tell me how much the EMI will come every month. Okay. So the car owner, the dealer person told Prashant, so this much the EMI will come, sir. So if you ask that person, sir, how you got that value, they themselves don't know how that value came. Simply they will tell you. They have a chart. They'll tell you, sir, if you take this loan of this much year, if you take a loan of this many year for at this rate, your EMI will be this much. So all this you can do in Excel very easily. Okay, you can do this Excel in Excel very easily. Okay, so all this, have you seen all these examples in your day-to-day life, guys? Have you seen that whenever you take loan, you have to pay EMI? Yes or no? Tell me if you have not, you've seen or not seen. Have you heard of these instances that whenever we borrow money, we need to pay that money? Okay, so that is considered as a loan. That is a debt instrument, guys. Finance student. That is like a debt instrument. Debt instruments are of two types: amortizing debt instrument, non-amortizing debt instrument. Whenever we talk about home loan, car loan, bike loan, whatever loan, these are amortizing debt instrument. Here you need to pay interest plus some part of principal. Here you need to pay interest plus some part of principal, so that once the instrument get mature, you should end up in paying all part of the principal. normally in financial instruments, when we talk about there, we talk about non-amortizing debt instrument. There will only pay the interest. Principal, which is the face value, will pay on the maturity. Have you heard of all this? I think you all done in your BCom, BBA level, all these things. Clear, yes or no? Tell me guys, yes or no? So, so the best way, guys, to calculate EMI, if you want to, if you are really, I really don't want that any of you in ever in your life should take loan. Okay, I never want that you. I have taken once loan in my life. It was like big pain. So I really don't want anyone to take loan in your life. But when if you take a loan, you know that you need to pay EMI. How to calculate the EMI calculation, guys? How to calculate the EMI calculation? Simple formula in Excel, equal to PMT. So in you if you have you ever, if you in future, if you ever come across the scenario like this, you can simply use this function in Excel. You just write equal to PMT, open bracket. Okay, it will ask you the rate. What is the rate of interest? Okay, so you ask the bank person what is the rate of interest. Bank person will tell you some rate of interest. Okay, that you divide by 12 because the EMI you'll pay per month. Okay, then you put comma. NPR means time period. Okay, so you'll ask, or you if you take a loan of bigger duration, your EMI will reduce, but you end up in paying more money to the bank. I hope you people at least know all this thing. You must be aware about this. So the time period, so is a 15 years suppose, and you pay every month. So how many times will you pay that? So that will be 180 times, comma, PV. PV means your loan. How much is the loan? Write with minus sign. Okay, this is a bug in Excel. I told you already. PV, FB, PMT function. I hope you remember. FB function. FB put 0, type 0. Or you don't write also, that's fine. You press enter. So you will get the EMI value. So this is your EMI value. Clear everyone? Are you able to understand this? Anyone, any doubt? So you, if you want, FB is 0 and type is 0. Type means 0 or 1. 0 means at the end of the period. The EMI of the loan, what you're going to pay, will you pay at the end of every month, or you are taking loan right now and right now you're paying EMI? So means beginning of every period. So normally we'll do at the end only. So is this interesting, guys? Did you like this? Do you think this will helpful for you in your day-to-day life? So you can tell clearly if anyone think that this is not, because the purpose of asking, this same thing again, because you should not think that sir is doing finance thing. Sir is not doing finance thing, guys. Sir is doing something which is very generic, which we need it day to day life. I'll bet on you. You go to any financial institution and ask them, sir, if I'm going to take this much loan, how much the EMI will come, and what is the calculation of that EMI? You ask this much. You go to any financial institution, you go and ask them. They'll do in calculator. They'll type something, and they'll tell, sir, this will come like in this range, sir. They will never tell you the exact logic how that calculation happens. So that is something which I'm trying to teach you. I really wish that you ever in your life never take EMI. But if it comes, you ever take loan. But if it comes, then you should be prepared for that also, guys. So then this figure came, the EMI figure came as 88,566.95. Okay, this figure, guys, this figure, total, total, total amount to be paid. If I find total amount to be paid, how much amount I'm paying to the bank. If you see, I'm paying this amount for how much time period? For 180 time period. So I've taken a loan of 70 lakh, guys, and I end up in paying. I've taken a loan of 70 lakh, guys, and I end up in paying how much? 1 crore 59 lakh 42,051.31 rupees. Are you getting this? So how much extra I'm paying to the bank? How much extra to be paid to the bank? So how much extra I'm paying, guys? You can see this. So more than the loan I'm paying to the bank, I'm taking a loan of 70 lakh. I end up in paying 89 lakh 42,000 to the bank. EMI part, Rajendra, is like this, Rajendra. EMI part, when you calculate, Rajendra, is like this, equal to the formula to calculate EMI is equal to PMT. Equal to PMT rate. What is the rate? The rate is Rajendra, whatever is your rate, that bank will tell you, 10%, 12%, 15%, 9%, because whatever EMI you're going to pay on the loan, you'll pay per month. You're going to pay per month. So whatever is your rate of interest, divide by 12. Okay, so I hope you're understanding. If 12% per annum is your rate of interest, so approximately you are paying 1% per month. That is not exactly 1%. Why not 1%? You will study in second semester, but I'm assuming approximately it will be 1%, comma. Then NPR means time period, Rajendra, and time period. So you're taking the loan for 15 years. Okay, now for how many time period you will do that? You will pay the loan every month, Rajendra. You will pay the loan every month. So for 15 years, you're going to pay the month loan every month. So you're actually going to pay the loan for how much time period? 15 into 12 means 180 time period. Comma. PV is your loan. Put with minus sign. It's a bug in Excel. So put it with minus sign and then you can close and you'll get the answer. Did you get it, guys? So see, understand one thing, everyone, that here, if I here if I pay, I hope you're understanding. So for that reason, you can understand. Okay, for that reason, you can understand this part. Okay, so here, whenever you consult any bank, any financial institution, okay, for any kind of loan, guys, if you consult them, if you consult Alt H, Alt H, then sub Alt H, okay, Alt H H, then suppose I want to put color. Suppose if you consult any financial institution for any kind of loan, guys, so definitely what they will do, definitely they will suggest you the loan of different time period. Okay, so there you need to be very careful, guys. So if you take a loan of longer duration, automatically your EMI will get reduced, but you end up in paying more money to the bank. In case of 15 years, we have taken 12-year loan, so then see, I would have paid extra only 1 crore. Okay, so you can understand if I take 8-year loan, so I would have paid extra only 1 crore, 1 crore 41 lakh. Okay, so you can understand this. So your EMI will increase then from 88,000 become 1,17,000, but you end up in paying less amount to the bank. Okay, so that all that you need to understand. So if I want to do analysis on that part, if I select this, so here if I give the time period, here I give the time period 8, 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13. Okay, here I can give a time period. Here what I can give a heading called EMI. How much is my EMI? I can put how much is my EMI. This is my EMI. So then this is this total amount I'm gonna pay this to the bank. Okay, and extra how much I'm gonna pay. This much I'm gonna pay extra to the bank. Okay, now if you want a border for this, you can put a border. You can put a border for this like this. So if I put border, it's not visible properly. So I can put a border. I can go to line color. I can go to line color. So I can put a line color like this. Because I have written with blue color, so it was not visible properly. So what I can do, I can change the font also. Just looking better. So then what I can do an analysis of this, guys. You select this data. Okay, go to data, go under data, go to data, under data, what if analysis, and there you can click on data table. And here the variable which is changing is the type that is in column. So you click on column and put this value, select this value, press OK. So you'll get everything, guys. So if you've taken 8-year loan, then if you take an 8-year loan, then how much, what is this, how much is your EMI? Your EMI will be 11,000. Okay, this you can put a comma and all here to understand this better. So your EMI, if you're taken 8-year loan, your EMI would have been 1,17,650. The total amount to be paid to will become 2 crore, and extra you would have paid 1 crore 41. So that you can figure it out by yourself. So this all calculation will be helpful for you whenever you see this. 1 minute. You can see this calculation. So if you change the time period and all, increase the time period, you can see your EMI got reduced. Okay, total amount to be paid. Okay, you can figure it out how much extra you're paying, that you can figure it out. So you can do this calculation. This is called data table, guys. This is called data table. So you can use one-way data table, or you can use two-way data table. So you can do this. This is called data table, guys. So tomorrow, if you go to the bank will show you only this chart to you. Bank will show you only this chart to you. Okay. So if you want, once you're done, run the data table, you can, what you can do, you can do control one, you go to custom, you can do control one, go to custom. Under general, you write this. You can change the name of that because other person cannot understand what is that value. Under double quote, if I write this EMI, okay, so then this I can write this as total amount to be paid. Under double quote, I can write. Okay, so I'll just click here, control one, and go to custom. Under custom, go to general, go to general. Under general, come here, write in double quote. Write in double quote, total amount to be paid, double quote. Okay, here. So here, this you can't write it like this. Extra to be paid, all that you can't write here. If you write, it will become like that. So these are very sensitive thing. They are very complicated. This comes in more than advanced Excel. Hardly people, if you go any institute, will teach you all this thing. So control one, custom, go to custom, go to general. In that, go to general, figure out where is the general. In custom, click on general, and here what you do under general, write extra to, then write in double quote, extra to be paid. This is called data table, guys. One-way data table. This is one-way data table. Here I change only one variable. That one variable, what I changed was the time. So when the time is changing, how this my EMI, my amount to be paid, extra to be paid got changed. I hope you people are understanding this part. So if you can put rupee currency, you can put currency as rupee here. This look better. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? This is what I was like thinking. So the moment you take a longer period loan, your EMI will gonna decrease, but the total amount what you're gonna pay will keep on increasing. You can understand this, guys. Remember always in your life. So just remember that in your life. So it's not like your EMI is decreasing. So you are actually paying more to the bank. So more bigger loan you will take, more duration loan you're gonna take, automatically you end up with paying more money to the bank. So this is one-way data table, guys. I can also create two-way data table also. So in two-way data table, we can change the time period and the rate of interest, and we can calculate the EMI. So here in two-way data table, I can change the time period. 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 Okay, I can change the time period in two-way data table. I can create the time period like this is 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, 15, 20, 25. These all you can take loan, either 8-year loan or 10-year, 5-year, like that. And your rate of interest, different bank give different percent rate of interest. Maybe that is 8%. Some bank is giving 9%. Some bank is giving you 10%, something. So at varying rate, you want to see that scenario. So whichever bank is giving at higher rate of interest, loan are not of bigger duration, 15%. Okay, so once you've done this, just write this in horizontal. I wrote the rate of interest. Vertical, I wrote the time equal to, just write here EMI. And then what you do, select your data, go to data table, go to what if analysis, data table. Here row, what is row? Row is your rate of interest. Okay, that is your rate of row. Can you see rate of interest? Time column. Column is what? Time period. Column is what? Time period. Time period. Whatever is the time period. Press OK. So you don't have to do anything. Excel has done everything. Excel has done everything. You just need to check this value. You can see this value. 1 minute. Just I don't like dollar. Should come in rupees, right? Yeah. So you got this. So this all you require in your day-to-day life, guys, for doing any kind of calculation. It's all required in your day-to-day life for doing any kind of calculation. You can change this cell, control 1, go to custom, go to general. So it's like, then you can, under general, you can write this, under double quote, EMI. EMI. Press OK. So this is two-way data table. Can you understand this? Is this good, guys? Are you understanding? So you can practice, try by yourself, guys. One way, two-way data table. Try by yourself. This is something which always helpful for you guys. Trust me, I've been to bank. I asked the bank person about the figure what you got. They have no idea. They simply go to inside. They ask the managers and all. They bring one chart. In that, is this chart is like this. What I'm showing you in yellow color, the chart would be like this. They'll give you that chart and they'll tell you, sir, if you take loan of this many year at this much rate, this much will be your EMI. But they have no idea how that figure came. They have no idea how that figure came. So this you can do by using data table. One-way data table, two-way data table. If you search in YouTube also, the video on one-way data table, two-way data table, you will find very few videos on one-way and two-way data table. Because to do this, someone should be good with Excel, someone should be good with basic knowledge of finance. Only good with Excel will not serve this work. So So this now the question comes in my mind here. My question is coming in my mind that sir, the loan what I'm taking, sir, the rate of interest on the loan is 13%, sir. One question. The bank guy told me, sir, the EMI is 93,184 rupees, sir. If you take 13-year loan at 13% of 70 lakh rupees, they'll say, sir, you want to buy one house in Bangalore? I said, yes, sir, I want to buy a house in Bangalore. They'll say, okay, which location? I'll say, okay, this location. Okay, what is the approximate loan value? So I'll say this much is the loan value. Okay, I'll say this much is the loan value. Okay, so under that hypothetical situation, I'll give you another scenario of this also. This everyone face in their life. The whatever I'm gonna do, this everyone face in their life. This scenario. Okay, like so I'll do this also for you. So this so suppose I went to the bank. I said to the bank that I have 20 lakh rupees with me. I have 20 lakh rupees with me. So I can give a down payment of 20 lakh. Okay. So and I can give a down payment of 20 lakh rupees. I'll tell to the bank that I can give you a down payment of 20 lakh rupees. I can give you down payment of 20 lakh rupees. Okay. And the maximum EMI I can pay every month is 25,000. This is the maximum I can pay, guys. I'll tell to the bank I can't pay more than 25,000 EMI. Okay. And the down payment I have right now cash of 20 lakh rupees. So you tell me what price of house can I target in Bangalore? Are you getting me this? Are you getting the scenario? This is very real life scenario, which is gonna happen to everyone. Now it's gonna happen to everyone. It's gonna happen to you, everyone. So you maybe have lot of houses, or you may have lot of properties in Bangalore. Like Rajendra is like dominating in Pomagatta Lake. Okay, Rajendra, Deepak. So Pavitra has many houses in near to Padma Shri College. So you may be dominating in the Pomagatta Lake, but maybe now Bangalore is expanding. You want some property near to Nice Road or somewhere. So what you will do, you go to the bank, say that I can give you this much down payment and this much I can pay you the EMI every month. You tell me what should be the price of house I can target. I hope you are understanding what I'm telling. So you can do all this calculation, guys, by yourself. Very simple. Here I'm not writing X. In general life, we write X. No. In general life, I'll write X. Let the price of house is X. In general life, when I do notebook, I'll write let the price of houses X rupees. Okay. So how much would be the loan? The loan would be of X minus 20 lakh rupees. That will be of your loan. I hope you are understanding. That will be your loan. Then if that is your loan, then what is your rate of interest? A rate of interest is suppose 13% and the time is suppose 15 years. So I can calculate the EMI. That apart that I can do, guys, that I can do by myself. Okay, the formula, if you want to calculate the EMI, what is the EMI? EMI mathematically you want to calculate EMI on a loan. You don't want Excel, sir. My maths is awesome, sir. So you can calculate like formula is loan into R percent by 12 into 1 plus R percent by 12 to the power 12t divide by 1 plus R percent by 12 to the power 12t minus 1. This is very simple formula to calculate the EMI on the loan. This is very simple formula to calculate the EMI. But if I start doing it by this formula, many people will not like me. So this is a very simple formula to calculate the EMI on the loan. So I'll not do by that formula. I'll do very general formula by PMT formula. So here I'm not writing X. Here I'm not writing X. Here I'm writing 1. Please understand. The why you are writing one, sir, because if I write X, Y and all, Excel will cannot do character and number together. So that's why I simply wrote some dummy number, doesn't matter. Okay, down payment, whatever down payment, your loan would be that many your down payment. You understood, right, this guys? Everyone is understanding, right? Anyone, any doubt? I hope you are understanding. So you suppose your rate of interest, suppose your rate of interest is 13% per annum. Suppose you are planning to take a loan of 15 year, then your rate of percent per month. So per month, what would be your rate of interest? That would be 13% divided by 12. And what for how much time period you're going to pay the loan? That would be 15 into 12. Any doubt, anyone? Anyone, any doubt? So you can calculate the EMI, guys. Your EMI would be PMT equal to rate. What is your rate? Your rate is this much. NPR. What is your NPR? Your NPR is this. This is one cell. This cell, comma PV. PV means what is your loan value? This is your loan value. FB is 0. Type is 0. Close bracket. Enter. Done, everyone. Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? Now you'll say, sir, how much? Sir, I told you, sir, I can pay EMI of 25,000, sir. Here, what is coming, sir? This is coming something else, sir. This is coming like negative of 25,000. Nothing to worry, guys. What you need to do, go to data. The same thing, what I'm going to do, the same thing you use for IRR calculation. If you do not know what is IRR, then forget it. You can use the same thing for IRR calculation. Okay, what if analysis, go to goal seek. In goal seek, you set this cell to what value? 25,000. This is what I can pay EMI, no? By changing cell. Which cell you want to change? Sir, what cell I want to change, sir? Price of house, sir. Okay, no problem. Press OK. If you do that, Excel has done everything. So the price of house, what should you target in Bangalore? If you can pay an EMI of 25,000 with a down payment of 20 lakh rupees, the price of house maximum you can target is 39,75,7906.32 rupees, guys. I hope you understood this. Backward calculation. This is a backward calculation which is being done. Clear, everyone? Okay, so all this, see, for this, you want to do more research on this. You want to do more research on this. I have calculated this one-way data table. Then this is two-way data table. I'll send you this Excel sheet after the end of the class. You can do more research. So this, if I've taken 10-year loan, 12-year loan, 14-year, 16-year, 17-year, if this is your EMI, then what would be your EMI here? What would be the total amount you'll pay? Okay, well, how much extra you paid? All that calculation, one-way data table, two-way data table, you can do. So it will helpful in under that scenario to you. the same kind of analysis what I did here, the same kind of analysis I have done here also. I don't know how many people are liking what I'm doing right now, so I'm a little bit worried on that part. That's why I don't want to spend more time on this. So this is one-way data table, two-way data table. So it will help you to analyze the given scenario. Whenever you have multiple scenarios working on, you can analyze it. This will helpful for you in your day-to-day life. Whenever you are working, whenever you definitely 1 year down the line or 2 year down the line, you will start earning. So when you will start earning, you will invest your money. Okay, you will plan some financial goals. So you may be dependent on bank for some kind of borrowing. So if you go to the bank for any kind of borrowing, remember my words, mark the day. Okay, today 16th June. Remember whatever I have taught you. This will definitely will help you at that time. Now again, the question still exists in my mind, guys. Still, I am having the same question. That sir, if your rate of interest is 13%, so 13% means divide by 12. So you, if my loan is of 70 lakh, so 13% on 70 lakh per month, the interest should come around 75,000, sir. The interest should come around, if you're charging whatever interest you're charging, 13%, whatever. You said 13%, okay, I understood. So if you calculate 13% on 70 lakhs, sir, the interest should come around 75,000. Why you are charging 93,000 EMI here? Anyone? Why the bank is charging 93,000 EMI where actually your interest is around 75,000? What is the purpose of bank to do like that? Can anyone tell me that? Your loan was 70 lakh, 13% is the rate of interest. Okay, so if I calculate 13% on 70 lakh, it is coming around what? It is coming around 75,833 rupees, 0.33. Why the hell should I pay 93,000 rupees and 184 rupees to the bank per month? Anyone, any idea? Anyone? Anyone, any idea? Okay, guys, okay. So if you're not understanding, so wait, I'll do that. Can I do that? Are you with me? Are you people understanding what I'm doing? Are you people understanding what I'm doing? Tell me, everyone, are you liking this? This we can do. This is called loan amortization schedule. This is called loan amortization schedule. This is called loan amortization schedule. Okay. So now here, to justify that figure, if to justify why only one person Rajendra is responding for everything, guys. What about other 86 people? What is the point? Can you reply, right? Your understanding, not understanding, what is your thought process? You can reply. Are you getting what I'm doing? For everything, only one person is just responding. I really don't know what others are doing. Guys, please reply your understanding, not understanding. What is your so Naren has replied out of 86 people, one person Naren has said, sir, I'm understanding. What about others, guys? Akriti, Basit, Abhishek, Rakesh, Akhil Ahmad, Akshay, Ali Mohammed, Ambika, Amrita, Anushri, Bhagwan, Bharat, Bhavan Gauda. Bhavan has came, I think, first time today. Bhumika, Bindu, Katrina, Julina, Chiranjeevi. Oh, Chiranjeevi also came. Oh my God. Deepika, Dev, Devraj, Devika. Anyone, everyone, are you people understanding what is happening? Uh, okay. So what about others, guys? See, guys, see the very simple thing I'm asking you guys. Loan is 70 lakh rupees loan. Okay, see this. This loan is suppose 70 lakh rupees is a loan. The rate of interest what the bank is telling is 13% per annum. Time is 15-year loan I've taken. Okay, so if you calculate, guys, this much it doesn't require any finance knowledge. If you calculate the 13% on 70 lakh, your interest is coming around 75,000. Your interest is 75,000. Why the bank is telling you to pay 88,000 to the bank? That is the question. That is the question. That is the first question. What is coming to you? Everyone mind. What, tell me if I'm asking you anything wrong. If you are charging 70 lakh rupees loan, your rate of interest is 13% per annum, then your interest should be around 75,000. Why the hell you are telling me to pay an EMI of 88,000 rupees to you? That is my question. Are you getting it? So how we can justify that figure, guys? So for that, guys, you need to draw a very simple thing that is called loan amortization schedule. Please understand, guys, all the loan, whatever we talk about, consumer loan, okay, which relate retail investors like you and me. So they are basically amortizing debt instrument. In that you'll pay interest plus some part of principal, because principal you have to pay at the end of the day. Guys, I hope you're understanding. So if you'll pay me 75,833 rupees, means you just paid the interest. You're not paid me principal. If you simply every month, if you simply pay me this 75,833, then at the end of the day, you have to give me the loan, the 70 lakh rupees loan value. I hope you are getting me. So we don't work like this in our financial market. So we'll pay something which is more than your interest, that we call as EMI. So this your EMI here is 88,566.93. This is your EMI, guys. And this you will pay for all the time period from beginning to end. So what I will do, guys, if I do double click here, if I simply drag it, if you see this, guys, you're getting 000. What I want this EMI to be paid for all the time period. What is the time period, guys? From 180 time period. First month, second month, third month, like this, 4 month, fifth month. For all the 80 time period, I want what I want to make sure this EMI is to be paid. I want to make sure this EMI is to be paid for all the time period. I want to make sure this EMI to be paid. So I want to make sure for 180 time period, your EMI to be paid. How much EMI never changes, no? I told you EMI never changes. So what you can do, guys, I remember I asked you what is F4 key. F4 key is basically to fix the cell. If you press F4 key, your cell will get fixed. If you press F4 key, your cell will get fixed. See this. Doesn't matter wherever you go, your cell got fixed. So for telling you the F4 key only, I started this example and all. It took so much time. So what F4 key basically do, guys? Press F2. F4 key will fix the cell. Your cell got fixed. Your cell got fixed here. Your cell got fixed here, guys. Your cell got fixed. Can you understand? To fix the cell, we use F4 key. What is your loan principal? Loan is 70 lakh. Okay, interest. What is your interest on 70 lakh? Calculate your interest. Interest is 13% divided by 12. This is your interest. Okay, so for this here, guys, make sure the cell should be fixed. C8 is moving. C3, you can fix it. Press F4. The cell to be fixed. Make the cell to be fixed. Okay, then extra. You're supposed to pay 75,000, but you paid 88,000. So how much extra you paid? I paid 12,000 rupees extra. Because you paid 12,000 rupees extra, because of that reason, your loan value, which was 70 lakh, has reduced by 12,000. Now it become 69 lakh. Can you understand this simple calculation? Can you understand this, guys? So your loan was 70 lakh. You're supposed to pay 75,000, but you paid 88,000. Because you paid 12,000 rupees extra, your principal from 70 lakh becomes 69 lakhs 87,266.38. So next time your principal will be, for next month, your principal will be this. On that, again, you will calculate 13%. Again, you will calculate 13% on that. Again, your EMI will be the same only. So again, the extra amount what you will pay to the bank, that will increase because your loan value decreased, but your EMI is same only. So you end up in paying extra more money to the bank. Because you end up in paying more extra money to the bank, so your loan from 69 lakh 87,000 will decrease to become 69 lakh 74,000. Can you understand this? So this will keep on happening for 180 time period. So I remember I have taken a loan from Citibank. So like the time when I have taken the loan, they have sent this Excel sheet to me. Not in Excel. They have sent me in PDF form. You know how to make it in PDF form. Okay, this thing you can go to save as, make it PDF. They have sent me that. So why I could able to understand? Because I have basic knowledge of this. So this will happen to everyone, you and me, everyone. So I really don't want this to happen to you people, you ever take loan. But sooner or later, if you take loan, this will happen. You just do double click everywhere. You just do double click everywhere. Your work will be done. Now, if you see, guys, I have this is 15-year loan. 15-year means 15 to ELSA. 180 periods I have to pay the EMI. After 180 period, if you see after 180 period, if you see your remaining amount, after 180 period, if you see your remaining amount becomes zero. The loan value becomes zero. This is the logic. This is how it happened. Mathematically, this data is being proved. Why this 88,000? Why the EMI of 88,000? Mathematically, I have justified the data. I have told you F4 key. F4 key is basically to fix the cell. So this you'll get if you take a loan, if your loan get approved. So at the end of the day, you'll get this data where so that you'll understand how this is happening. There you can't tell that, sir, I'm from marketing, I'm from finance, I'm HR. So I cannot understand all this. So you'll say, your dad will tell you, you are done MBA, right? You can't understand. So what is the reason why we spend so much money of your MBA? If you can't understand this, if you're doing business, you will go and take business loan and all. So you should be in position to understand this, guys. There's if you say that you can't understand, then what is the point of you being doing MBA? So that's the reason why the specialization given in second year, not in first year, so that you should be good with everything. You should have basic knowledge about what is HR, what is marketing, what is finance, what is operation. Then will it make sense to all of us? Clear? Anyone? Any doubt? So here I've justified that figure, that 88,000 rupees the EMI what is coming. So how at the end of the period that that will result your loan which was around 70 lakh rupees that becomes zero. Any question, anyone? So this also interest also, if you want, you don't have to remember. Sir, I don't like maths, sir. You don't have to worry. Use a formula IPMT. Rate, what is your rate? Your rate is whatever is your rate. That divide by 12. PER time period, per time period, per. Click on 1, comma, NPR total time period. NPR is your total time period. This is 180. Fix this cell. Fix this cell. F4 key, comma. Then you see PV. PV means your loan value. Put with minus sign. PV. PV is your loan value. So what is your loan value? You can put this loan value. This fix this cell. F4 key. F4 key will fix the cell. Future value 0, type 0. You do that, Excel will do this calculation. That interest, double. So now see this error has came. Error has came. Why that error came? This error is coming. Why that? Because we have done something which we need to see. So F2, press F2, investigate. This cell to be fixed. This cell to be fixed. Press F4. That is the reason purposefully I kept it like that. The cell to be fixed. The rate of interest cell. So you don't have to worry about anything. For Excel, everything there's a formula. Like for interest calculation, you have to use IPMT. For extra principal, you can use PPMT. For EMI, you can use PMT. So you don't have to remember any formula, any mathematics, no mathematics. General, you don't need any mathematics. You simply write here PPMT, PPMT. Rate, what is your rate? Rate is your this cell divide by 12. Now this cell to be fixed. Otherwise again it will show you error because this cell to be, it should always be 13% by 12. That is your rate. PER, PER means time period, that per time period, comma, NPR total time period. That is 180. So you can write either manually 180 or you can go to that cell. PV, PV is your loan value, this cell. Fix this cell. F4 key. FB0, type 0. Close bracket. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? So whatever I've done, this all will helpful for you in day-to-day life. F4 key is basically to fix the cell. You are fixing the cell. Whenever you don't want, you're doing some calculation which should be repetitive in nature. Okay. That will should keep on continuing. But that value, one value in that calculation should not change. It should always calculated on that value. So you can fix that cell, guys, so that your cell should not move. So press F4 key. If your F4 key is not working in your system, you can use $sign. Anyone, any doubt, any question, any concern, any issue, any problem, anything you want me to discuss? So this will always be helpful, guys, in your day-to-day life. So whenever you're using, please remember, this all started because you people don't know that F4 key. To explain you F4 key, I entered into this. So I don't wanted to teach this. Many places I go for training. I normally don't teach this because people feel this is difficult. People think that this is going beyond their head. So I avoid, if the student base is not good, I try to avoid it. But being teaching in Padma Shri is very close to my heart. So I wanted to do this for you people so that it may helpful for you somewhere down the line in future. Anyone, any doubt, any concern, any problem, any tension, anything you want to ask from me? So Reshma is telling she wrote Sunday, Monday. Reshma is still in that world of Sunday, Monday. Reshma started today, CSC Excel. So Sunday, Monday, you write Sunday, Monday. Then Reshma, you just select this and drag it. Doctor sign, if you wherever you see doctor sign, then start dragging. You can write January, February, January, February. Then doctor sign came, drag it. 1, 2, 3, select it, drag it. Practice, guys, practice, practice, practice. Only one thing, guys, I'm telling you. Mark my word. One of my students recently, she got a job in Goldman Sachs. So, so, so like the reason why I'm telling you is not to tell you that she got job in Goldman Sachs. The reason is that that person, one few day back, that person messaged me, was telling that, sir, you in the class you always used to tell to learn Excel, to work on Excel. Now I'm realizing what you were saying in class is actually true. So that is the reality, guys. In future, when you get a job, you only know two things. You should know only two things. One is communication skill. Okay. The next thing is Excel. So you just my like I remember in TCS when I was working. So I had one Irish person as my trader. So whatever he used to say, his name was Marcin Pointek. Whatever he used to say, I could not able to understand single word. Okay. So that is the thing, guys. So all form of accent, that British or American or Irish or Russian, you should be in position that you could understand what they are saying to you. So when I got TCS, when I entered there, so the first day we need to call to Singapore, and we need to tell them that please issue DB rash to us. DB rash is like a password. So we used to wear it every time. So it's like it their 6-digit number used to come. That used to change after every 10 seconds. That 6-digit number, it used to change after every 10 seconds. So whenever we log in, so our ID for login would be our name, first 4 digit of name, followed by the number which is visible there at that moment on DB Rash. If you do not come to office without that, they will not allow you to come inside. They will throw you out. They'll say you go back. Or then we need to request our team leader to come. Then she used to come. Then we used to go up. Then for ID, we used to tell our parent or call someone at home, tell them to tell us the number. So it's such a complicated. So I had to call to Singapore, and when I called Singapore, I have no idea what the other person was telling. So I told one of my colleague, "Can you speak on behalf of me?" So then that colleague has told that, okay, this is Amit Kumar Singh. Can you issue DB rash on my name? So then they say anything. So I don't know what they talked. So the reason of telling you all this is that this is how it happens. So wherever you work, so this is how it happens, and and so so you need to be aware about, you need to be good with your communication skill. So I believe Srinath sir is putting a lot of effort for you people to develop your communication skill. So take that very seriously. Whatever you're studying in subjects and all, whichever subject, whatever you're studying, some basic questions they'll ask you. Okay, they'll ask you in interview what is NPV, what is IIR, okay, what is finance, what is marketing, why you studied derivative. Simple question they'll ask you. Something related to projects. So imagine if they want to hire you for account receivable project. Now it is big demand for accounting profile, like account receivable, account payable. So they'll ask you basics: what is balance sheet, what is trial balance, why this happens, why that. Can you tell few accounting standards? Little bit they'll ask, and they, if you are confident and all your communication skill is up to the mark, they'll hire you. So the process is very simple, guys. Only thing we make the scenario complicated in your life by trying to learn so many things. So you don't have to learn so many things. You work on your basics. Make your basics very strong. That matters the most. Work on your basics. Anyone, any question? Narendra is working. Narendra is working in one firm. So he's managing both his studies and work both together. So I believe you can take opinion from Narendra. So how this is working. One more student name is there. I'm not getting his name. He's working in a HGS, in Kingeri HGS. So you can ask them, whoever are working, you can ask their opinion. So how this is working, what skill set I need to develop. So they will, more than me. Amit sir is like 10-year-old, like in the sense he left corporate 10 years before. But those who are working right now, you can take the opinion from them. So what actually required when you're working in corporate? Guys, please ask question. Your questions are highly appreciable if you ask question. Akriti, Basit, Abhishek Gowda, Abhishek Rakesh, Akhil Ahmed, Akshay, Ali Muhammad, Ambika, bye. Ambika is telling bye to everyone. Ambika, bye. Amrita, Anushri, Bhagwan, any question? Bharat, Bhuvan, Bhavan, Katrina, Julina, Bindun, Bindu, then Chaitra and Tutu, Chaitra and together. Chandan, MR, Chandana, T, Deepak, BS, Deepika, N, Dev, Devraj, Devika, Dhanya Hegde, Divya.p, Ganesh Rajan, Ganga N, Gautam Sharma, Harish.kr, Jayashree J, Karthik GS, Kanchana B, Kavya CS, Kavya NR, Kishore Kumar Kripa, Abby, Lakshmikant, Lakshmi Likita, Mahindra Manasa, Manoj, Narendra Rajpurohit, Nisarga, Nitin Gowda, Nitin Kumar LR, Pavitra MS, Pramod M, Prashant, Pratibha, Prem Kumar, Priyanka DP, Puneet, any doubt, Raghu Rajendra, Rajendra, Rakshita, Ramya, Sachin Sahana, Satyam Shalini, Shashikala, Sonima, Shreya, Shruti, Shailaja, Shweta Krishnamurti, Siddha Ganga, Sonakshi, Sonika, Supreet, Sushma Tasaduk, Triveni, Tejeswar, Uday, Vijay Lakshmi, Vinay KR, Vinod, Yashashwini, Bindu Shri, Tutu Bindu Shri, Satish. Any doubt, anyone, any question, anything you want to ask? Sonima, in your BCom, which numerical subject you have? Fine, any doubt? Nobody have any doubt? All understood, right? Whatever I've done, nobody is asking anything. So we'll go for break. If everyone understood whatever I have taught you till now, then we'll go for break. I'll see you all at 12:05. Can we end the class and go for break? Because nobody is responding, it means that you people now want a break. When there's complete silence or when there's complete disturbance, then there's a problem. When your students are not telling anything or they're telling a lot of things, it means there's a problem. Thank you, sir. You can go for break. See you all 12:05. Bhumika, do you have any doubt? Anything? You have raised your hand.